something that has been confirmed. I be watching hella documentaries. I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not watch the TV. I do not watch TV. I watch YouTube documentaries and just hella. Oh, holy shit! What the fuck is that shit? What the fuck is that shit? All right, whatever. I be forgetting that nature produces like 10 million types of everything. But something that's ringing real true for me right now, and I think is very prevalent in the movie industry, and I feel like maybe it's why all the films suck, if not all of them, is there's no storytellers. I'm going to make a whole entire podcast on this because I like just yapping about in real long form about that type of shit. But just for you guys right now, what I'm starting to pick out, and it's even watching these Tubi films, specifically... I'm revealing myself. I apologize, guys. I watched a reaction to that the Gen Z Cameron Dallas Noah Beck QB movie. Because again, I want to keep on. I'm like Huey in that Boondocks episode where he's watching all that bullshit black television and he's like, oh, like what am I gonna learn from this shit? So I'm trying to see what the state of these content creators turned film stars, movie stars, music stars. What that process is looking like. Not too good, to be brief. But I know I've said this like 5 times already. I apologize. You see what the situation is. All right? You guys, all the people who are like either writing the stories or directing the shit, you guys have to be popular kids. And the problem with popular kids is that you're not observant. Like, you're always in the happening of what's going on. You don't ever get pushed out, like either bullied to where you're like kicked out of the group or left behind or not picked. So you're the person who gets to look from a bird's eye or a third person view, and you have to look externally and dream about what could be going on the inside, or really have to create some type of story and connections as to why you don't have access to this type of world, bro, or to what it looks like outside of being directly diluted by the cult of acceptability. Like, this is why it's so important. And again, I want to keep on basically marketing this platform that I'm building. We have to focus on the creatives. If we're trying to save this entertainment, this creative economy, we have to focus on the creatives, and not just the creatives that you guys are that you guys like on social media, the pop-in viral ones. I'm talking about the weirdos, the neurodivergent ones, the people that literally live quirky as fuck, non-traditional as fuck. My people. You have to give us a chance every once in a while and let us make something cook, bro. And you know what's crazy? So many of us exist in the shadows. Not me specifically for some of these, but so many of us exist in the shadows behind our real world identities, writing stories on Wattpad that should be turned into books or films, writing stories on Reddit that should be turned into books or films, making short films and videos on YouTube that should be turned into actual TV shows, making podcasts that should be turned into radio shows and be turned into live shows, making music in your bedroom that should be played everywhere. But we're so focused on just struggling to be human right now and not having any accommodations to even be human that we're not even allowed to discover or explore that creative side of our lives and our minds. And the only people that can are now not only the people that are rich and sexy, but it's the people who now have the additional barrier of entry, which is social media following and fame. Another social universe that you have to enter and play properly. Another algorithm to submit to. Another game of unwritten social rules that you have to play by as a means of really selling yourself to have access into authority, access into flexibility, and the people from inside the group are so just happy that they're inside the group. They don't even realize that they aren't even fucking good. I apologize. I'm sorry. This conversation is going to come out very blunt. And I'm not calling you guys talentless or anything, but it's just you don't have anybody who sits behind and sees the whole scene of the film. You only have the people who either are right next to the person who played the main role or was the role, the role player. And you can't be as observant and in depth with the story you're telling if you are in the mix. Somebody has to talk about you. And another reference point I want to add into this are, you know what's funny? How the best either podcast or the best storytellers are, especially for sports, are the people who aren't even fucking good, bro. Like the second everyone decided to get a podcast mic and start running a podcast, bro, and then all like the fucking stars that, I mean, they had their time telling all those hidden stories of like, oh, you remember when I took those 10 girls home from the club and this and that and all this fucking shit. Like it only lasts so long where you can only tell those stories so many times. We've already heard them. They already went viral. Like the person that didn't even fucking play like 10 minutes that season, that person knows all the fucking tea on everybody, bro. Knows the whole fucking story. So I don't want to conclude this. I don't want to make this video sound like it's just me hating on people, because like I know I could be doing that a lot because I just don't give a fuck. But this is me speaking to you as a creative artist, because this is probably who you are, or just a neurodivergent person. Please continue to explore and learn how you genuinely love to express yourself and what inspires you, and how to really turn that inspiration into actualizing some kind of creative vision that you have inside of you. No matter what it is, no matter if you feel like you're going to fail, no matter what the fuck the circumstances are, find some time and space to explore your mind's ability to create visions and dreams, and how to turn those into real opportunities or a reality that you can live in. Because I'm telling you right now, the celebrity bubble was already saturated. And I think it was saturated because of the gatekeepers of the traditional entertainment industry. And I'm going out of my way to blame people like fucking Harvey Weinstein, Roman Polanski, Diddy, all these people in the entertainment industry that just stood with their clothes off in front of the door to the fucking access. And they said, you got to do whatever I fucking tell you to. Fuck all these guys, bro. They have created such a system where it's like crabs in a bucket competition across the board. So you can't even collaborate or sacrifice yourself selflessly to be a part of projects that people don't already want a return on investment on. And people only care about you in this social media age, which I believe is going to blow up the saturated bubble of celebrity. You got a bunch of people just stuck up as fuck. Don't give you no time of day, no attention, no nothing, because you don't have followers, you don't have likes and clicks and views and all this absolute bullshit that doesn't matter, bro. Because it may be just like the algorithm's favoring you because you can maintain attention to do what? Sell fucking ads, bro. And all the people, even people that were excluded during the .com era from creative arts and had to stop their creative journeys and pursue corporate paths, pursue paths that were more linear, bro, and not like what they want to do and complex and just chaotic. There's going to be some kind of underground stage for us to really, really, really get shit shaken in. And I'm telling you, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm building it. I'm building it. But the entertainment industry is full of, at least the storytellers, who I believe are damn near some of the executives of the industry. They're not people who've had to live life and had to struggle with their human emotions and figure out how to express those emotions through storytelling, through experiences, through events, like through real feeling, and connect that with people, make that resonate, bro, with the soul. Like, these people haven't felt shit, bro. These people just live in their little rich kid private school incubators. They go to film school, which obviously it's all free information. You're just paying to, like, for the piece of paper that is the degree. And maybe networking. I don't know how the fuck that's going to work if you still can't produce and you still can't act. And it's just like a bunch of people wanting to be picked, bro. It's not even the artist. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened in like the 90s or some shit where a bunch of just like really like up and coming artists came together, and really, whether it was writers and filmmakers and actors and actresses, came together and said, fuck it, let's do this indie project, let's do this low budget shit, let's try to make something crack, and really made cult classics out of that shit. I believe that age is coming for us right now, and it's going to be happening underground at the time when Zuckerberg and Meta and all these companies use AI creators to basically like slice the line between who has access to becoming an influencer and a content creator, and basically like upper echelon of society, and then who's just going to be creating free content forever and not even being able to be seen by their followers because of so many fucking ads and boosted posts in between theirs. Go watch that fucking Gen Z Cameron Dallas movie, though. The reason why I call him Gen Z Cameron Dallas is I feel like that Cameron Dallas Netflix documentary, that shit was so goated, bro. Like, if you guys seen that, tap that shit in the comments.